Healthy relationships. Healthy relationships. So in your situation, your auntie and your uncle, they've been married for 20-something years. All right? They got 3. She won a bet. And they've been together for 20-something years. So what is it about their relationship that you say, you know what? I like this relationship. They listen to each other. Okay, let's do that. So one thing about a healthy relationship is that you listen to each other. This is interesting right here. Listen. Because when you say that they listen to each other, what does that mean that you listen to each other? What does that mean to you? You have to be able to hear each other out in a healthy relationship. But you can't hear each other out if you're talking down to one another. So we know that on this side is listening, but we want to be careful about abusive language. Because no one should listen to that. So some of you have seen relationships in your family, whether it's auntie, mothers, whoever, or the man or the woman, and they speak negatively about that person. Man, I can't stand my wife, man. I can't, bop. You already know some of the words. Or you can't be in no healthy relationship if you are disrespecting one another. I want you to keep this with you. If you're in a relationship, now when I say relationship, I'm just not meaning man and woman. Okay? I mean you and your friends, you and your boss, whoever. If you are speaking down to one another, that's not healthy. So now I'm talking to you and I'm saying, girl, you're so stupid. Seriously, don't laugh at this. Seriously. You're so stupid. You're stupid. And then what happens is she starts to believe it. Or he starts to believe it. Or what about a mother who speaks to her son that way? Speaks to her daughter that way? Some of y'all wake up with your parents cursing you out. Get your, but then I tell you, but. Right? So then you come to school, not y'all mothers, but some of y'all ratchet aunties, okay? So some of us, we come to school and now we angry. All eyes on me. Stay focused, please. So now you come to school and you think that that's the way to speak to somebody. Some of y'all come to school angry. Not because you're just an angry person, but because of what happened at home. So now you don't want to listen to your teacher. Now you don't want to listen to the principal. Now everybody's irritating you. Not because you're an irritable person, but because of what you experienced at home. Some of us live in situations where we hear gunshots. And it ain't the 4th of July. Some of us live in situations where we hear the fighting in our household. Or the neighbor next door. So then you don't know that all of these things affect your spirit. So we understand that a healthy relationship is listening and positive communication. One elder told me, he's about 80 years old, he had been married to his wife for 50-something years. He said, when I speak to my wife about something, we have a 2-minute rule. You have 2 minutes to express your issues. 2 minutes. Now you may say, well, some of the ladies might be like, oh, I need more than 2 minutes. I need 2 hours to tell you how much I don't like you. Right? But why is it 2 minutes? Why just 2 minutes? Huh? You got more stuff to do? Yeah. But more importantly is, we're not going to talk all day about what the issues are because we don't spend time talking about what's good. Let's focus on what's good. So we don't want abusive language. So if you are in a relationship, any relationship, and you abuse one another with your language, that's unhealthy. Somebody calling you stupid or ugly or fat or skinny or to this or to that. I'm telling you, this is abusive language. We have different forms of abuse. That is verbal abuse. I was playing some football yesterday, with some little kid, and one little kid said to the other kid, "Shut up, ugly." I said, "Stop that. Stop. Why are you calling him that?" And you think to yourself, when we hear that, "Oh, it's not a problem. It's nothing." No, it is something, because the little boy walked away and he's crying because of what the little boy said. So you may not think it's an issue, roasting each other or whatever, but some people can't handle that, and you don't know what they're going through. I know plenty of situations where kids who were dealing with that, and they went home and they killed themselves. Abusive language, verbal abuse. How is that your friend and you call her your B? You know when I say B, I'm not talking about boo. Okay. How is that your friend and that's what you call her? What impact does hip-hop or rap music have on how we view ourselves? I want you to remember that. Or that's your girl or that's your wife and you're like, "Yeah, that's my down B right there." Like, whoa, what? If that's what you call your friends, what you call your enemies? Goodness gracious. So we know verbal abuse is a part of unhealthy. And of course, physical abuse. Now listen, don't you think for 1 second that just women are the only ones getting hit. I don't believe it. Okay? Men are getting hit too. Right? You have...
I don't know why y'all laughing, man.
This is interesting, man, that y'all laughing like that. Some of y'all probably dealing with it. People who usually do no laughing and stuff are the ones probably dealing with it. So you have physical abuse. You have families, children who are watching their mothers being beat by their fathers or beat by stepfathers or beat by anybody. Or you have situations where you have fathers who are being beat up by their mothers. Physical abuse is a real thing. It's not a joke. Domestic violence is real. And it happens so much in our community that it doesn't bother us when we see it. We could be in the streets and see a man beating on a woman. It's like, man, that's their business, man. I ain't messing with them. You hear people say this. Now, if it was your mother, you would want somebody to stop it. If it was your sister, you would want somebody to stop it. But it being somebody else's mother, but that ain't my business. But it is your business. What happens to somebody else is your business. What happens to your neighbor is your business. If your neighbor is hungry, then you should feel some type of way about that. How are you playing Call of Duty with somebody from Baghdad and you don't even know your neighbor's name? You playing Call of Duty with somebody from 100,000 miles away, but your next door neighbor is starving and you don't even care. How do you say you love God, but you hate God's creation? How do you say you love God, but somebody's hungry and you don't feed them? In the word it says, God will say to the people, when I was hungry, you didn't feed me. When I was sick, you didn't heal me. The person will say, God, you are the Almighty. You're never hungry. He says, my servants were hungry and you didn't feed them. My servants were sick and you didn't visit them. And if you would have visited them, you would have found me there. Some of you have family members who are sick and you don't even go visit them. Family members who have passed away and you don't even go to the grave to visit them. And if you are not amongst those who go visit those who are in the grave, you will not be of those who will be visited when you go to the grave. You got to understand that life moves on, brother and sister, and one day you and I will check out of this place. Ain't nobody leaving out of here alive. So you go visit your family when they're sick. You check on your grandmother. You call her. Call your family. Tell your mother that you love them and your father that you love them. Let them know that. Because if not, we will not be successful. I'll close with this. In your relationships, as I go through it real quick. A healthy relationship are those who listen to people. You're listening to one another. Okay? You speak positive to each other. You speak positive to one another. Okay? Positive words. You uplift one another. You uplift. You support each other. And more importantly, you speak life into that person. And of course, the opposite is unhealthy. So ladies, I want you to know something, ladies. Don't you ever put up with abusive behavior. And don't you ever be abusive. Don't you be abusive. If you with somebody that you feel you got to put your hands on, you better get away from her. If you with somebody, brother, and she's slapping you or kicking you up, you better get away from her. Because the moment that you hit her back, you done. Ladies, if you like them, just tell them. Stop kicking them. Stop slapping them. You like them, just say, I like you. You ain't got to punch them in the mouth. Golly. Be nice. If you be nice, people will be nice to you. But like the little sister said back there, be happy with yourself. Because when you're happy with yourself, you treat people with respect. And you have the power in your two legs to walk away from anything. Let me tell you something. You will never be in any situation. Don't you feel powerless. You can walk away. Walk away. Don't ever get so deep that you don't walk away. Any last questions? Any questions or comments? You got a rap for me, right? Come up here, quickly. We got to go. We done. You got a rap for me.